When I was on MFT, I met Jehovah's Witness. I think Jehovah's Witness. No, Mormon. I met a Mormon guy, and he was witnessing. And then he was already witnessing when I approached. He was witnessing to a couple guys, and it was in Georgia, Bible Belt and all, right? And those two guys, they were going at this Mormon. I mean, they were like belittling him, and you da 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 da, and they would be giving all these Bible verses to him, how wrong he is. And I just kind of approached to like fundraise to them. I thought they were first from far away. I thought they were friends talking, but actually they were like. And this guy, Mormon guy, is standing. Missionary, right? Mormon. He's just standing there looking, and these two guys are just destroying him, right? And I'm looking at it. I'm thinking, somehow hit me. Wow. Even though they maybe know Bible, right? And maybe they're right. But who is here closer to God? Yeah. Right? It was so sad to me. I looked at that, I was like, wow, there is no God in this. And it doesn't matter if they know the Bible or not. It doesn't matter if they're so smart or what. The most important thing, they don't have a real cause inside. Cause and effect is God's love. God's love, heart, is the most important thing that we all have to be moved by. If that doesn't exist, it doesn't matter how smart we are and what we know. And married couples here, right? In your family, does it matter for you more who is right or who is wrong, or love? Love. Between husband and wife, right? Oh, there's a what stage are you at? I'm just kidding. All husbands understand here. Even if you win the argument, you don't win. Right? You lose it. Only one person wins in that argument, wife. Right? I'm just kidding. No, but it doesn't, if both of you understand, it doesn't matter who's right, we can find common ground and come together, right? So, negative feelings inside, negative, even righteous ones, even righteous feelings can become detriment to your soul. They made a study of people. They took two groups, and the question was, which is more important? Which is more powerful? To have more positive thinking or less negative thinking? Which one produces more result? Positive result.
Less negative.
Right? So they took two groups, right? And then group that, especially people who practice religion, sometimes we don't want to deal with our problems, right? We don't want to deal with our hurts, because even expression, I remember I was fundraising and I had a goal. My goal in fundraising was love your enemy, right? Sounds beautiful, right? That's what Jesus asked us to do, love your enemy. There's a problem with that, a big one. And I just could, such a difficult time loving. I was like, ugh. And I called my group leader and he goes, this goal is really stupid. Because I understand Jesus said that because people literally were killing him. So trying to love them, right? But when you love, if you have a goal to love your enemy, then you see everybody has enemy, right? It's very tough to love enemy, right? It's like that goal itself is really negative. Sounds really righteous, but really negative actually. So we can be even righteous in our minds, right? But meaning people who just try to be positive all the time, pray more, chant more, set more conditions, but don't deal with their internal struggles, actually poisoning themselves. They found that group of people who is just trying to be more positive didn't move so much. But people who work just on trying to be less negative actually advanced a lot. Because the key is to take as much negative stuff out of yourself as possible. Meaning, if you can deal with it, look at it. You identify, I have this negative thing and I want to face it. Take it out. Next, take it out. What do you think remains?
More positive.
Why? Because you are created by God. You are created by God. We are created by God. You are naturally hopeful and positive. Naturally. You are. We are. When you have that kind of mind, so they notice one thing. When negative thoughts start to circulate inside of your head, you actually have almost immediate response of your body. Immediate. People say negative things impact eventually your life. No, they impact your life right away. You produce cortisol, you produce stress hormones, and your health declines almost instantaneously. And then, when you feel negative, right? Like, when somebody comes in and they're not happy, you immediately feel it, no? Even if they pretend. Right? You can feel it. And then all that, your thoughts and everything, eventually will guide your actions. Not only guide your actions, but your future, who you are. Every time we think about something negative, every time we think about something that is stressful, we will eventually exercise it in our actions. But if you make effort to do something positive and think something positive, right, and eliminate the negativity, it will change your life. It will change our life. And God is waiting for that every single day. Every single day, God is waiting for that snap in our hearts, for that little nudge that we have to give. Be it a little service, or smile, or say good morning to someone you maybe don't like, or when you stand in line in the groceries and the cash register lady is talking and talking to the customer in front of you, and we don't have all day, right? And somehow they just met each other, and I don't know, they're lonely probably in life, and then and you're like, really? Right? Anybody has that experience, right? We have places to be. Why are you guys talking? The line is long. Smile, say, hey, we just stop taking this. I'm just kidding. Say good morning, right? A little nudge. When that happens, God's love that is being stored in our hearts, sometimes for generations, will release, ignite. Have you ever done something good and after that you felt, I'm gonna do it again? Do you have that? That's a fire. One atom of oxygen snaps with an atom of carbon. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. And that's how we are. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. You cannot stop. So, but we can only do it because God's love is already inside of us. So, question, which is first, chicken or the egg? Sorry, can you shut it off? It's just a title. Of course, God's love was first, right? My personal opinion, I'm not gonna say it. Right? Okay. Any questions? Everything's good? Yeah? So that the cause and effect we practice every day. Sometimes we ask ourselves, right? Why is my life not the way I want it to be? It's because you already decided to be this way a long time ago. Subconsciously you decided that. You decided, to create a sometimes backup plan. If I fail, this is what I'm gonna do. Already you failed. If somebody hurts me, I have this syndrome. I don't like to be overly hopeful and happy, because if I'm overly happy and hopeful, then if something bad happens, I'll be as much disappointed as I was happy, right? And actually, I already created misfortune for myself. So just recently, I heard this lady. She said, when you're in this state of stress and I actually practiced that. Amazing thing happened after I repeat that. Like literally, I have some simple 4 sentences. Number 1, all is well. All is well. Everything that happens for my greater good. After this experience, only good can come out of this. Last sentence, so I am safe. And I would go up my hill and I would just repeat that. And just like amazing peace would come over me. I'm crying now because like I really met God through this. Like many beautiful things happened after that. You know, it was like, anyway, I felt so much God's love and embrace. But that snap has to happen. We have to release sunlight that God has given to us throughout our lives, even to your ancestors. But we're trapping it inside with all the negative stuff we're keeping. So we have to get rid of that. If you want for those 4 sentences, come back to me after the service. $5 per sentence. And you'll be good. Just kidding.
Can you say
Okay.
it again?
Huh?
Can you say it again? Just one more time, for free.
First sentence, all is well. All is well. Everything that happens right now happens for my greater good. After this, from this situation, only good can come out. And last sentence, so I am safe. Right? It's like you repeat that until you feel it. And it's such a calming effect it has on you. And then you can just move forward, no problem. Yeah. So I wanted to show a video, but it's I was going to show it while I was talking about the natural laws, physical laws, but it doesn't matter. Should I show it? Just for fun? It's a 6-minute video. It's a 6-minute video showing how improbable it is for universe to exist by chance. So video goes into, have you heard of molecular machines? It actually zoomed in on the level of DNA. And this is, like he will say, this is exactly what's happening right now in our cells. Right now, in this very moment. Is that okay? Can you watch it? Yeah. It's just fun. It's just fun. And then usually I show this to a kids who kind of, is there God, is not God? I know Winnie's still at that stage, but no, I'm just kidding. You're not, right? Should I put this somewhere? Yeah, but is speaker, can they hear?
Yeah, they'll hear.
Oh, yeah?
These are tiny molecular machines, and they are doing this inside your body right now. To understand why, we have to zoom out. Every day in an adult human body, 50 to 70 billion of your cells die. Either they're stressed or damaged or just old. But this is normal. In fact, it's called programmed cell death. But to make up for all these lost cells, right now, billions of your cells are dividing, essentially creating new cells. And that process of cell division, also called mitosis, well, it requires an army of tiny molecular machines. So let's take a closer look. DNA is a good place to start, the double helix molecule we always talk about. This is a scientifically accurate depiction of DNA created by Drew Barry at the Walter and Eliza Hall Institute of Medical Research. If you unwind the 2 strands, you can see that each has a sugar phosphate backbone connected to the sequence of nucleic acid base pairs, known by the letters A, T, G, and C.
It's all technical.
Now, the strands run in opposite directions, which is important when you go to copy DNA. Copying DNA is one of the first steps in cell division. Here, the 2 strands of DNA are being unwound and separated by the tiny blue molecular machine called helicase. Helicase literally spins as fast as a jet engine. The strand of DNA on the right has its complementary strand assembled continuously. But the other strand is more complicated because it runs in the opposite direction. So it must be looped out with its complementary strand assembled in reverse, section by section. At the end of this process, you have two identical DNA molecules, each one a few centimeters long, but just a couple nanometers wide. So to prevent the DNA from becoming a tangled mess, it is wrapped around proteins called histones, forming a nucleosome. These nucleosomes are bundled together into a fiber known as chromatin, which is further looped and coiled to form a chromosome, one of the largest molecular structures in your body.
Yeah, that's your chromosome right there.
You can actually see chromosomes under a microscope in dividing cells. Only then do they take on their characteristic shape. Otherwise, the DNA is more strewn inside the nucleus. The process of dividing a cell takes around an hour in mammals, so this footage is from a time lapse. You can see how the chromosomes line up on the equator of the cell. Now, when everything is right, they are pulled apart into the two new daughter cells, each one containing an identical copy of DNA. Now, as simple as this looks, the process is incredibly complicated and requires even more fascinating molecular machines to accomplish it. So let's look at a single chromosome. One chromosome consists of two sausage-shaped chromatids containing the identical copies of DNA made earlier. Each chromatid is attached to microtubule fibers, which guide and help align them in the correct position. The microtubules are connected to the chromatid at the kinetochore, here colored red. The kinetochore consists of hundreds of different proteins working together to achieve multiple objectives. In fact, it's one of the most sophisticated molecular mechanisms inside your body. The kinetochore is central to the successful separation of the chromatids. It creates a dynamic connection between the chromosome and the microtubules. For a reason no one's yet been able to figure out, the microtubules are constantly being built at one end and deconstructed at the other. While the chromosome is still getting ready, the kinetochore sends out a chemical stop signal to the rest of the cell, shown here by the red molecules, basically saying this chromosome is not yet ready to divide. The kinetochore also mechanically senses tension. When the tension is just right and the position and attachment are correct, all the proteins get ready, shown here by turning green. At this point, the stop signal broadcasting system is not switched off. Instead, it is literally carried away from the kinetochore down the microtubules by a dynein motor. That's the walking guy. This is really what it looks like. It has long legs so it can avoid obstacles and step over the
inside of you.
molecular motors that walk in the opposite direction.
See this guy's walking?
Personally, I'm astounded by these tiny molecular machines, how they're able to routinely and faithfully execute their functions billions of times over inside your body at this exact instant. I'm also amazed by the scientists who were able to work out how this happens in such detail that we could create realistic depictions of them like you saw in the animations in this video. But perhaps the most amazing thing is just how much is left to be discovered, like figuring out how exactly the chromatids are pulled to opposite ends of the cell. There is still so much that we don't quite know. You know, what I find exciting is that in science fiction, for decades, we've been writing about tiny nanobots that will be injected into our bloodstreams that can heal us. But what this suggests, the existence of these tiny molecular machines inside us, it suggests that there isn't a physical limit that would prevent that. And so I think it's pretty likely that in future, we will be able to develop our own tiny molecular machines that will be able to repair our bodies better than they can repair themselves.
It's amazing, huh? It's like there's actually machines. You know, like the sperm cell, right? One cell. It has a flagellum, a little tail, and it rotates. That's how it swims. Did you know? You know how it rotates? There's actually molecular engine, actual like electric engine. You have, you know, like electric engine, actual like shaft, coils. It spins, uses energy that broke down. It spins like an engine. So most of the scientists believe that if this evolved, it's impossible, because it's like a car. Car has a lot of what? Moving parts. One part is out, car doesn't work. Well, maybe brakes is out, car works, but it cannot stop, right? But so the same thing. Evolutionary doesn't make sense. All the parts have to be there at the same time for it to work. It cannot evolve this way from just like this. Cannot evolve gradually. Right? So, it's beautiful, right? But all that, when I watch that, to me is amazing, because all that is God's love. It's beautiful. Even on the most microscopic stage of life, there's still God's hand. There's little tiny robots running around your cell, bringing food from one end of the cell to the next end of the cell. Amazing. Let's enjoy God in our life, and then think positively every day, and deal with our negative emotions, get rid of them, and you naturally will become more hopeful, right? That's the law of cause and effect. We build our own lives, not circumstances, not your pastor, right? Not your wife, not your husband. You decide what your life is like inside. If you give that little nudge, God's love explodes inside of us. All right, let's pray. Dear beloved Heavenly Parents, thank you so very much for guiding us and giving us hope every time in our lives. You are always with us. You're always there. Your love is always coursing through our veins. It has to obey certain laws, but we're stopping you all the time from loving us and giving us hope. Already we are successful. Already we are loved, and we are amazing and blessed. We just don't accept it. We don't believe in it. Please, Heavenly Parent, don't allow us to build backup plans when we fail. Help us to look only forward and believe in the most beautiful love that you want to give to us and to all the humanity. Whoever meets us can get infected with our love and positivity, and we can give them that little nudge in order for your love to come out from their heart. Please guide each person today, and guide each person for the week, so that they can experience you, and we can share our love to other people as well. All for this report, Anatoli Kazak is the best family. I do. Thank you.
Let's have a moment for prayer. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's give one more hand for our pastor, sermon giver. We will need the presentation back, Jason. Could you get it back? Sorry, sorry. You have a chance to do it later. Yes. We're almost done. I know it was a nice, long, beautiful message. So, yeah. We want to finish today on a beautiful note. It's a new month, so we're going to celebrate February birthdays. Yeah. So, drum roll. Please, if you see your name, come in. Simon Kiluba, not here, but Prosper could represent of Charlotte. You can decide. Please come out here. Kate Corda, she's not here, but maybe one of your friends can come out. Liz Berge. Laura is here. Yeah, please come out. Rolane is not here. Mila is here. Mila, come out. And there's more. Can we go to the next slide? Cabot. Ruth. Hiroshi Suzuki. Dennis. Yay! Dennis, come up, please. Come up here.
Yes.
We need to get a gift.
Oh.
Takamori, so Yana can come up, or Linus. Whoever wants to get the gift for your husband or dad. Michael is here, right? And Charlie, you can represent Charlie too. So, as in my own fashion, we have the cake, but we don't have a candle, so you have to imagine candles. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Grace. Happy birthday to you. One more time. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Grace. Happy birthday to you. Okay, imagine the candles. And
We have a knife.
oh, we have a knife. Yeah.
That's my fear. You know those videos where I'm shooting that happens?
Okay.
Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Okay, then I follow Paul. I'll bring knife.
Anybody wants to say a birthday speech? No?
Wow, you guys don't look happy.
We are happy. We are happy. You happy? Yeah, we are happy. It's a birthday. Thank you everybody for the cake, wishing us happy birthday for this month. Thank you.
Sorry, there's no cake. There's no candles. Hey, I have a lighter. Now wow.
Is anybody taking a picture? Okay, now let's take a picture. Okay, you can come closer.
Squeeze in, Kevin. Squeeze in.
What happened? Do you want to maybe symbolic cut?
Yeah, cut 3 times.
Yeah, we got a knife. Okay, I'll hold it. Was it 2 cuts, right? Or 1 cut? Symbolic, yeah. Don't take it, take it.
All right.
Thank you! We'll cut up the cake later.
February's a busy month. And Ruth's birthday this year is on God's Day.
Yeah, yeah. So some of them still gonna have, the month just started, so you can still send them birthday wishes on the actual birthday. And we're gonna have our final song that Winnie is working to pull up here, so I can invite choir to come, so we can stand up and we can finish our sermon. And like I said, in 40 minutes we're gonna have a ceremony for Vera and Ichinori and Waltraud, so please stay and celebrate with them if you feel so. And yes, thank you so much. And of course, this is our donation baskets. Remember, Paul was encouraging everybody, right? We didn't have sermon for 2 sermons in a row, so it's right here. Please, there's envelopes for your convenience. So, yeah, you ready, guys?
Okay. So, yes, for our last song, we'll be singing Let It Shine, which works perfectly because Uncle Tony was talking about combustion and fire and love within us. And it aligns so well because it's